Hello and welcome to the Hot Seat. I'm Hal Thompson. Today my guest is Hank Green, member of the Log Brothers on YouTube and co-creator of Video Convention.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hank has just released a new book, an absolutely remarkable thing, Hank Green.
We maybe should have put the name in a different color, so because that's not part of the title.
Congratulations on the success of your book. Because you are now a big-time author, I brought you some gifts that are very large, just like you.
That's exciting. You brought me some big things.
I got you a giant remote control.
Oh man, it's really big. What can I do with it?
You can operate devices.
This is an actual remote control.
It actually is workable.
You didn't put any batteries in it.
It's not really something I stock.
Where did you get this, Hal?
I got it from my friend Martha.
Does she need it?
No, she retired from television.
She's still alive?
She'll be all right.
It's lovely. I love it very much.
I also have this very, very large flask for when you want to celebrate.
What's in it?
Nothing.
It's pretty dusty on the top there.
It doesn't get much use in the Thompson household. Mostly I just use it to prop up goats.
I also got you a present. Did you know that?
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It looks like a hat box.
Yeah, it's got tissue paper in it. It's just the tissue paper.
It was just a tissue paper gift.
Yeah.
I have another gift for you. Very large underwear.
That's very big. I don't want to get too big for my britches, and now it's impossible.
Now you can't get too big for your britches. If you get cold at night, you could use it as a sheet.
I mean, the main thing is they're clean.
Oh yeah, they've never been worn. Except once by an ogre. But he was just trying them on.
What?
Now that you're successful, I got you this special success hat.
Oh, I thought that was for you.
It signifies success with books.
I hadn't heard of that. Hadn't heard about that.
You can trust me, I'm an expert.
It changes the quality of the sound coming out of my mouth because it gets bounced back down to my ears. I can hear better now. I feel like I should be doing magic.
I do have some magic books.
With you? Was that one of my gifts?
It's not with me, but I have knowledge inside.
You have books inside you. I had a book inside of me too. I got it out.
It's right there on the miniature couch for obvious reasons. There's no batteries. I got another question for you, Hank. What was your inspiration for this book?
I make YouTube videos, and I felt like I always wanted to write a book, but then I realized that I maybe had some perspective that was unusual. So
you had an unusual perspective?
Yeah. As
was it, were you
has,
standing on top of something?
Like you, a person with an audience. Pressure from the audience, and you get pressure to create, and the sort of seduction of fame and notoriety.
There's a character named Carl in your book, a robot.
Yep.
I wondered what the inspiration for Carl was.
Did you identify with Carl?
A lot of people don't get me, and I really felt a kinship with Carl. And there's a lot of unexplained phenomenon involving my body.
Honestly, the first time I ever thought about Carl was a dream I had.
You dreamed this character?
Yeah, the rest of the book was all not dreams.
I had a dream about a man with a headache. Do you think I could make that into a book?
I mean, it's definitely could be one of the scene, like a thing that happens. People get headaches. I steal from my dreams all the time.
You steal?
Yeah, I steal from my subconscious, I guess. Last night I had a dream where two girls looked at me and they said simultaneously, Lab 18. And I don't remember anything else about the dream besides that, but I liked that, so I might take it.
I know about Lab 18.
That gave me goosebumps.
This is really weird. If you make a sequel to this book, will you call it a not quite as interesting thing that could still potentially be of interest to a lot of people? Hank Green?
I like that a lot. I haven't come up with a title for the sequel yet, but I didn't know what direction to go in, but I feel like you've given me a good direction.
A man with a headache, perhaps?
Somebody will probably have a headache. I had a really bad headache yesterday. Were you dreaming while I had it? Oh, gosh.
I only dream at night. In your book, the characters become YouTubers after they find the remarkable thing. Mm-hmm. If I found an absolutely remarkable thing, do you think that I could be big on YouTube?
You're already big on YouTube.
I've had a little bit of success with my expert instructions and how-tos.
Mm-hmm. And big is of course...
Big is a state of mind.
Yeah.
Like underwear.
These underwear are big, but other underwear are also great. And in fact, they might be better because they're just regular sized.
Because they're not for ogres.
And how did this interact with goats?
Do you have any experience with goats?
I feel like you live on a farm.
No, it's just a house. I have a number of different rooms.
But there's goats, though. Are they always inside?
They're usually inside, but there are some outside too. The ones that have a type A personality go outside.
Outgoing goats.
And the inside goats are a little bit more reserved.
They just watch TV a lot. It's probably hard for goats to change the channel on a normal remote.
That's why Martha used it.
Martha's a goat. I thought Martha was dead.
She'll be all right.
She'll die eventually.
She might not. I got a pretty remarkable thing right here. It's a 1 pound value pack of ham sticks. These are sticks of pure trust.
It's made of trust?
You always know you can trust someone with ham.
So you can trust me now.
I can now trust you.
I can't trust you anymore.
I have more ham.
We can share this too.
Generally, I don't eat the ham. I just carry it on my person.
Do you know if it's good?
That's a value bag of sticks.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing it and your large remote control with me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Absolutely remarkable thing.
The first letters in the title of your book spell out art. You talk a lot about art in the book. Is this a coincidence?
Complete accident.
Because of the title of your book, I made some art based on the robot Carl.
Yeah.
Does this look like what you imagined when you were imagining Carl?
No, but, authorial intent is questionable. It's really about what happens in your mind, not what I intend.
That's a good point. It is about what happens in my mind.
Ow.
Are you all right? You're okay?
Fine, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Thanks for the ham.
Here are some questions from people on Facebook for the author Hank Green. Do you call yourself an author, or are you just a man about town?
I guess I don't know. I'm very new to this. It's been like a week now that I've had a book out, so I'm not sure.
Shaman Noche says, is he ever afraid of that the characters he writes will one day come to life and pull him into a scrape or a scramble?
A scrape or a scramble, like an adventure?
Yeah, or maybe a scrape.
I would be perfectly happy being yanked by my characters into an adventure, and in fact, I sometimes feel like that's happening regardless of whether it's happening actually.
I don't think I'd want to get yanked by my characters.
You've phrased it in a different way now.
Mike Gorena asks, what is your least favorite smell?
Tonsil stones.
My least favorite smell is the smell of bath water after 6 days. Jason Steven asks, what is the plural of Sasquatch?
Sasquatches?
What about aardvark?
Also aardvarks. I mean, I have to be very honest with you right now. It's hard to joke when you're 2 ham sticks in.
You might have a trust overdose.
I don't mind the ham sticks. They're good. They're sprayed with potassium sorbate to improve quality, so.
Sometimes I spray potassium sorbate all over myself to improve quality.
Yeah,
have you
I
ever
do it
tried
mostly
that?
to my feet.
You've got high quality feet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the most important body parts to have be high quality is the feet.
If your feet get sore, is it potassium sore feet?
Got some ham.
I got a question from AJ Rotini. What is the most advantageous technique?
Overall?
Overall.
Communication.
What?
Hugs, too.
Hugs are a technique?
I think there is definitely a technique to hugs.
Did you want to try that technique right now?
Yeah, I'd be happy to have a hug. Come on in. Mm-hmm.
I think I hurt my back.
You're very warm.
I wear this coat. Stefan England says, how can I monetize my anxiety?
I mean, that's as far as I can tell, that's what we're all doing. We're afraid of not having money, and so we work hard to have money. It's funny to see people who are monetizing their anxiety even after they have plenty of money. I'm like, what are you so anxious about? And they're like, but my boat's not big enough. Other people have bigger boats.
I got a question from Remus Gerard. What is the best food to make for a dinner party for people you are indifferent to?
Ham scramble.
Maybe a ham scrape. You just scrape the ham into a pile.
With like a grater?
And then when they come over, you say, feast away. There's a ham pile.
Yeah, not a ham scramble, just a ham pile.
I scraped that just for you, my friend.
How big is a ham pile? Like how tall? Like how
2 by 2.
you know your guests are going to be satisfied if you got a 2x2 ham pile.
You might have a little ham scrape leftovers, but that should do the trick. Zoe Allegra Kinney wants to know, how many goats in sweaters does it take to dismantle the patriarchy? And also, what's your favorite kind of cloud?
Oh, there's so many good clouds. I love like a good cumulonimbus. I love thunderstorms. And then the other question was, how many goats does it take to dismantle the patriarchy? But they have to be goats in sweaters, or if
Goats in sweaters, correct.
like a mole, 1 mole of goats in sweaters.
For dismantling purposes?
Yeah, that would cover the earth probably in a several mile deep layer of goats.
How much is 1 mole?
6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.
That's a pretty big mole. I would hate to have to be the man who has to feed it.
Well, as long as you got a lot of goats.
That would be an absolutely remarkable thing. I'd like to thank author Hank Green for sitting on the hot seat.
I understand why you call it the hot seat now. It's because you are very hot.
It's just because I have a lot going on inside.
Yeah.
Got a lot of feelings.
I'm worried Martha's in there.
She'll be okay.